how do these basic laws and these basic particles come together to make this really rich and complicated and beautiful universe that we live in? That's one of the big mysteries. And, we don't know the answer to that. But we have learned a lot, right? We can speak with some confidence about the origins of the universe going back to a trillionth of a second after the Big Bang, or as far back as we can really realistically think about the history of the universe. And that's kind of extraordinary, right? If you think 100 years ago, we didn't know anything really about the history of the universe. We didn't know if it was eternal. We didn't know whether it, began. One thing we did know is it wasn't created 6,000 years ago on a Tuesday, as the Bible said, because of radioactive dating of rocks that showed the Earth was much older. We don't have all the answers, obviously, but we've learned a lot. We know a lot more than we did, and there's still things to unravel, but that doesn't mean that you need a supernatural explanation. We may find that actually there is a limit to what we can know, that we will eventually run up against unmovable barriers due to the laws of nature that say, well, you're not allowed to know. You cannot know what happened before this time, or you cannot know what goes on at this distance because, signals from that time or distance can never get to us, or we can never build a collider big enough to get down to the scales to probe quantum gravity. So maybe we'll never find the ultimate answer through science, but that doesn't mean you need to invoke God or gods or anything else to understand where we are in the universe.